overslept your alarm, can't find your keys, don't have time for your morning coffee or breakfast. Finally, on the road and running late, you could make it on time. Then you get stuck behind a car going 10 miles under the speed limit, weaving between lanes, slamming on the brakes for anything, road rage and upset, you know for certain you will be late. If only that car would have drove normally. Just so happens the person in that car is an elderly person. Typically, huh? Inconsistent speed and driving patterns. According to SeniorDrivingAAA.com, after the age of 60, the risk of causing car crashes begin to rise, and from 70, they rapidly increase. Why are elderly drivers on the road if they frustrate all other drivers and potentially pose a safety hazard because of their faulty driving abilities? Elderly drivers are one of the many reasons people get road rage while driving. Often, it is wondered by others how they're even allowed to drive. Sometimes car crashes caused by elderly people is because they crashed into something or because of their less than normal driving habits cause a person to crash. For example, if the elderly person is driving rough, they brake inconsistently or run into the back of cars, causing the cars to crash into the back of the elderly people. Daily, elderly people are causing trouble on the road, leaving most people to wonder why they even are allowed to drive. Once a person gets their driver's license, they are then free to go wherever, whenever. Taking away one's license because of their age seems unfair. They still want that freedom. Then they are forced to resort back to when they were young to drive when either walk places or rely on other people to drive. Some people say seniors shouldn't be allowed to drive or say they need to take eye exams in order to drive. Some people have even mentioned taking the driver's test over again. But if so many people are on board with getting elderly people off the road, why has it not happened? Taking away their license after reaching a specific age would not be fair to the few people that age has no issue with the traffic rules. Though if seniors over a specific age weren't allowed to drive, it would eliminate the ability for the cause of crashes, along with decrease the amount of elderly people killed in the car crash. Having elderly people take eye exams would seem like a great idea. However, not all elderly drivers is their vision. The CDC states that sometimes it boils down to their decreased reaction time, weaker muscles, reduced flexibility and limited range of motion, ability to grip and turn the steering wheel, and press the accelerator or brake. The problem with the seniors taking the eye exam is due to the fact that a lot of elderly people already have vision correction of some type. The solution could be easy by resolving and having them take the driver's test again. Not quite as simple as it sounds. Imagine the cost it would take to make sure all elderly people on the road over a certain age take their driver's test again. Though elderly people are annoying on the road, they are ranked far safer than teens. Seniors are safe drivers compared to other age groups since they often reduce risk of injury by wearing seatbelts, observing speed limits, and not drinking while driving. However, they are more likely to be killed while behind the wheel due to age-related vulnerabilities such as fragile bones, medical conditions like heart disease, diabetes, or other illnesses. Statistics from the Federal Highway Administration Department of Transportation says that within the exception of teen drivers, seniors have the highest crash death rate per mile driven, even though the drivers have far fewer miles than younger people. The fact is the person behind the wheel death, not so much the other death caused by drivers. So it turns out elderly people are much safer drivers, and that doesn't mean that they aren't in the way. The things elderly drivers do that get put under the, oh, they really are old, that explains it, can prevent you from driving safely. There are a few things you can do when road rage occurs with elderly drivers to ensure you make it where you're going safely. Of course, follow all the typical driving rules, and don't go to ridiculous lengths to avoid elderly drivers. To avoid serious frustration with senior drivers, leave for your occasion early in anticipation of delays. When you have extra time, it is easier to let them slide when driving slowly. When coming up on elderly drivers, stay a safe distance away to give you more reaction time if a rear end occurs. If the elderly person is driving behind you, it is possible to find another route, pull off, get behind the driver, press the brake multiple times to get their attention before stopping. In conclusion, Though the elderly drivers are frustrating you on the road, they aren't the number one cause in deaths while driving. They are more risk of getting killed than you are. Along with that, it doesn't seem they will be getting off the road anytime soon. Therefore, buckle up and drive safe.